Americans are the biggest bunch of blowhards you will ever meet in your life. They talk a great game. They really do. When it comes to social media and their little devices, even though this is a wireless mouse, they love to pretend that they're involved in things. They love to pretend how they love Tucker or they love Elon or they love Joe Rogan. They love the brave. They love those who are out there fighting for something. But yet, when Americans are asked, what are you doing to promote ideas of freedom and the like? What do you do on social media? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a blog? Do you have an X or Twitter account? Do you have Instagram? Do you post something other than pictures of your bare feet or a dessert you have or your children or your house or something you're bragging about or some stupid dance move that you have articulated? The answer is no, of course not. Americans don't do anything. We have a vote here and all over the country. And in New York, we have this. By the way, I voted early. I've got my stickers and everything. And we had less than 2% of the people even voting early. They tried to make it even easier for people. Americans don't vote, but they love to complain. They love to complain. They love it. And they talk such utter shite, but they don't do anything. When I was 25 years old, 18 years old, if I had had Twitter then, I would have been a maniac. I would have been arguing my case, arguing. I would have been doing what I'm doing now. What I have, for the most part, devoted, I guess, my entire adult life to commenting and speaking about the horrors and the travails and the limitations and the shortcomings and the limitations of freedom that we have in this country. That's what I would be doing. But the number of people who do nothing. This morning, I don't know why. I asked the question, what channel, what platform, these are the individuals who are, the people who follow our live videos like we're doing now. And I said, where do you argue? Where do you promote your particular ideas in your cause? And the response was, oh, but I don't. What? I don't. You don't? But you're so active here. Well, I'm active here because this is safe. I don't go on. I don't want to be, but they're mean to me. Wait a minute. Whoa. What? Oh yes, I've actually had been yelled at and I can't even type out Israel. If I'm typing something, they won't even let me. Wait. So you're not saying anything? No. You're not complaining? You're not speaking your mind? No. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about the complete and total, not the loss of free speech, the abandonment of free speech. The abandonment. Sit back, get ready. This is not for the weak. Please like our video, subscribe to our channel, and listen very, very carefully right now about something that you need to know if you have any interest in maintaining and keeping and perhaps advancing your particular wealth. Dark clouds are gathering as markets shudder. Stocks are sinking, currency stumbling, fear and uncertainty reign. The Middle East, Ukraine, Taiwan, the debt, it's endless. Yet one asset stands firm: gold. In crisis after crisis, gold is there in the background. Its enduring value guards against loss, like a missile shield against incoming. While paper wealth burns, gold persists. Shield your savings against looming threats, war, recession, contagion, and avoid the frenzied panic of the unprepared. Take control in the chaos. Fortune favors decisive action. Get hold of gold now before it's out of reach. And right now, Noble Gold Investments offers a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with every new IRA. Claim your free coin today to secure your financial future. As this new storm gathers, panic looms. And some of the places you were thinking of for your money, well, they don't look so clever anymore. Secure your future against disaster now. Open a Noble Gold Investments IRA and claim your free bullion coin today. Go to LionelNationGold.com. That's LionelNationGold.com. LionelNationGold.com, the only gold company I trust. And remember, there's always a risk of investment and there's no guarantee of any kind. Your ability to speak is going to be lost. It's going to be lost, and it's not going to be taken from anybody. It's going to be abandoned. You're going to abandon it. It's abandonment is a legal term. It's a legal concept. It's where you relinquish title to something by basically throwing it away. You abandon something. All right, it's a term of art. In the child abuse, it's abuse, neglect, or abandonment, and that's what so many of us do. Americans abandon. They don't care. We are growing and we are perpetuating and we are encouraging a group of spineless, timorous, quiescent, atesticular, implicit invertebrates who aren't speaking up, who aren't voting, who speak within these little inertial safe zones, these little privacy zones of just, well, it's safe here. I don't want to say anything. My family members are yelling at me. They didn't let me go to Thanksgiving because I like Trump. When I tell you, I was shocked. I've been walking around thinking, I cannot believe it. I'm not going to mention names, but some of the biggest boorish blowhards who go and love when they're in their little safe spaces to scream and yell and be discourteous and rude and don't vote. Don't do anything. You have the opportunity to speak to the world on a channel, on a platform that I would have given anything for when I was 18 years. Oh my God. It's bigger than anything. And no, I don't have time. I'm a little busy. And then we get into this other stuff. It's this idea of speech. First Amendment, so critical, so important, the most wonderful thing in the world. And I don't know how to inspire people to fight back. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to tell people to grow a pair of balls and do something. Be a man, be a woman, be an adult, be a man. We've got all these people, all these guys that want to do it. They want to work out. They want to do this. I want to take a steroid. I want to do this. I want to be a man. I want to do pull-ups and push-ups. And here are my traps. And I'm a man. Do you want to do anything for your country? Of course not. Do you want to do anything intellectually? Probably, of course not. But I just want to be a man. I want to talk about testosterone. I want to talk about paleo diets and caveman diets. And I want to fish and hunt and pretend. I want to be a little boy. And I want to shoot guns and show people that I'm masculine. But I don't want to do anything to save my country. I don't want to be participatory. I don't want to join the legions from everybody from Patrick Hale to this, to that, Patrick Henry, Nathan Hale, I should say, too, or Patrick Hale for the matter, or Barbara Hale, who played Della Street. And no, that's not part of my masculine purpose. Oh, no. No, I just want to vape and grow beards out to here with these Fred Ziffel beards. I want to cover myself in tats because I want to pretend I'm masculine. But I'm not going to involve myself in anything that involves intellectual heavy lifting. I don't know about that. I'm not interested in that. That's not my thing. I want to go into MMA and I want to learn how to choke people out and get people into, various, figure fours and snapmares and and suplexes. And that's the thing. I want to pretend. And as far as I'm a woman, well, I just basically want to walk around rather. I look like a slut, like a trollop, or some androgynous something or other. But I do not want to get involved in any kind of intellectual participatory venture where I speak out. Not interested. I don't want to vote. I'm not going to call my, representative. Nothing. I'll make fun of people. I'll go in certain limited safe spaces to make fun of Pete Booty Giggity Giggity or whatever it is. I'll do that, but I won't invest my time and my effort because I'm scared. I'm scared. I will only do things within the confines of that which I want to be. I'm not masculine. I want to be masculine. This is what people are saying. I don't know what it means to be a man. I don't understand this. But if I grow a beard out to here like Fred Ziffel, I look like some Amish, I don't know what, or a biker. And if I cover myself in tats, I can hide. I can hide. Maybe I'll wear a mask because I'm not involving myself in anything. I'm not involved. I don't understand this. This is scary stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand Israel, Hamas. I don't even understand where it is. I haven't even looked at a map. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know. I guess Hamas is bad, right? Those are the terrorists. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Well, Russia? Forget that. I don't even know what the hell that's about. I have no idea. But I've got a beard. I can grow a beard. Do you like that? I can dance in my kitchen. Does that help? That's all I know. I don't understand this. Let me tell you what's happening right now. We are losing our minds regarding Israel and Hamas. Losing our minds. And it's 1 year from today that we have the election. 1 year from today. And you can forget. And they're going to sit there. And people who are talking about whether they're going to steal the elections are not going to vote. Listen to what I'm telling you. They're not going to vote. You've got to understand something. Let me see if I can say it very carefully. Americans are full of shit. They are septic. They always have been. They just don't care. America has always been on autopilot. Things always get done. Whatever. It's the way we are. It's the way we've always been. We'll talk among ourselves, but don't expect us to do anything. We'll say some things in a limited way. We'll scream at somebody at an airport or on an airplane. If you move your seat back, if I go up and I have a piece of paper and there's an adhesive in the back of it, and it's a swastika, okay? And I go up and I stick it on something, maybe on a street sign. Here in New York, they have these like traffic, I don't know what you want to call them, traffic signs or traffic things. There's like boxes, and they'll just put this thing up there. And let's say I do that, all right? So I take this swastika and I write something, and I put something on this sign, and I stick it to the side of this. And somebody comes up and they see that, and they tear it down. They say swastika, and they go up and they tear it down, and they take a picture of them tearing down a swastika, and they say something about it. Now, they put it on Instagram, and what do you think will be the reaction? Well, they post it on Instagram, or they post it in public, whatever. What do you think will happen? Well, a lot of people would say, good for you. Why? Well, that's a good sign. We all agree We all agree this is negative, right? Okay. So we agree with the message. So go ahead and tear it down. Why? Because we agree with the message. We haven't even, Americans don't think about, wait a minute, do they have the right? They don't have a right to say that. No. We don't like that idea, so we take it out. Okay, fine. Nobody's going to be. Now, let's say the person tearing this down, I look and I see this, and it's a police officer. Well, a police officer might be doing it on his job as a capacity. He might say, this is a violation of some kind of a law regarding defacing. But fine. What if it's a police officer on their own time? What if it's a school teacher? What if it's a public defender? What if it's somebody who works for the Department of Homeland Security? What if somebody on their own time goes and tears this down? Do you think they'll be fired for that? Probably not. Why? Because we don't like this message. It's a swastika. This is Hitler. We no. Take it. Don't worry about it. Well, what about no? We don't like that idea. Take it down. Or if it was like something about, let's say it was something that said Trump is a criminal or something, tear that down. Oh, that's okay. Why? Because we like that. Whatever it is. Okay. Now, same situation. Okay. Change that to somebody removing a poster of Israelis who were kidnapped in Hamas or by Hamas on October the 7th. Tear that down. What about now? Now should they be fired? Well, now do you have it? There's a public defender in New York who was fired. There are people they have pictures of them. Who did this? These two hateful. They tore this thing down. Some people might be fired from jobs, whether they're teachers or whatever it is. Do you think they should be fired? Well, people will say, well, yeah, because we wait a minute. No, that's a different story. Why? Because that's from the river to the sea. Oh, no, that's pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian, and they're obviously saying something. And those people who were kidnapped by Hamas, they are to be no. So go ahead, fire them. Yes, because we like the message of the sign before, specifically these people have been kidnapped. So because we like the message, fire them. If it was a swastika, it's okay. Don't fire them. So the speech is dependent upon whether we like it or not. Good luck explaining that to America. Good luck. You're wasting your time. They will look at you like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't have time for this. You've been talking now will you get to the point? What is he saying? Wait a minute. What is your question? Should you fire the person? Well, yeah. But you wouldn't fire them if it was a swastika because you only fire people who agree with you or don't agree with you, right? Right. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck explaining this to Americans. Good luck. Forget it. Just don't even. Good luck. You're not going to get it. Wasted it. This is the fundamental, the First Amendment in essence. And you could argue, well, is the government firing them? Oh, okay. But the essence of it, forget it. Forget it. Americans have no earthly, this is their Constitution, the First Amendment. And they will look at you and say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is whatever. This is the problem that we have. This is the problem that we have. This is the problem that we have, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I don't know what I'm missing. What words, what incantation, perhaps I can put it to music. Maybe I can have somebody, I can put together a 1-minute short where I can put together where somebody will say, oh, okay, I get it. Because we're wasting our time. We're We're wasting our time. Nobody gets this. Nobody understands this. Nobody cares about this. It's like, what are you talking about? You and your free speech, you're yammering about free speech all the time. We don't have time for that. I'm busy. We got to talk about Trump. Are you going to vote for him? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, sort of. I guess. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let me just let that sink in for a moment, okay? Just sink in. Let me ask you something. Are you subscribed to this channel? You're going to have to subscribe to it. You're going to have to, like this stuff, which is important if you like it. And also, this is one of my this was my favorite. One time, a while back, I was explaining to somebody. I said, I've always been a big believer in preparedness for things. I mentioned you about it. And there was a wonderful idea about emergency food. And of course, when you say something, first thing some people do, they immediately come back. They just resist what you're saying. And one guy said to me, I'll never forget this. I said, let's assume that for some reason, all of a sudden, stores are closed for whatever reason, and you can't get to the store. And then one store closes and another store closes. And then next thing you know, they're all closing and people are freaking out. You know what somebody told me one time? You know what they said? They said, well, I've got a fishing pole. Actually said, I've got a fishing pole. This was I'll never forget this. I have a fishing pole. A fishing pole. Disaster, family, stores closed, a week that you couldn't last a week with no stores. No way. No way. Couldn't. And he said, I have a fishing pole. Listen to this instead. All right, fellow patriot, let's talk about My Patriot Supply, the country's largest preparedness company. And it is more than equipped to stock your shelves in times of emergency. You can ditch the canned vegetables in the box, pasta and the banana chips and the jerky. Their best-selling 3-month food kit provides delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners that last up to 25 years. Now, these meals offer over 2,000 calories every day with a balance of protein and carbs to keep you fed and ready to go in the event of an emergency. Just add water and heat, then eat. Start or strengthen your food supply with this 3-month food kit from My Patriot Supply. So go to preparewithlionel.com to get ready. Preparewithlionel.com. I'm going to say it again. Preparewithlionel.com. Go now. I have a fishing pole. It's almost like the Lionel Lovett. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, ride him on my boat. We could all together go out on the ocean, instead of me upon my pony on my boat. Rashida Talib, we all agree, is I think she's a vile waste of DNA. She makes me wretch physically. This squad, AOC, Rashida Talib, Ayanna Pressley, whose claim to fame is alopecia. Hey! And AOC, Ilhan Omar, can't stand them. Phony, dangerous. But they were elected. They were elected. And a while back, remember Marjorie Taylor Greene? Where'd Marjorie Taylor Greene go? I don't know. She was here the other day, but she's not here now. Where is she? I don't know. I don't know what happened to her, but she was there. And she's quiet. Or at least I haven't heard her. Maybe you know something I don't. Lauren Boebert, another waste of flesh, but what are you going to do? Sarah Palin, Carrie Lake. People love them. I have no time for them. Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene one time was censured for saying something, I think, before she was even elected. It was the damnedest thing. And they censured her because she said something about, I don't know what. And then there was another guy who was censured or ridiculed or whatever the other particular version of for something I think that somebody on his staff said. Now that's wrong, right? We agree with that. That's wrong. Rashida Talib says death to Israel. All right. Should Rashida Talib be what? Do I agree with that? Of course not. Of course not. Do I despise it? Absolutely. Should she be removed from office? Should she be censured? Why? Why? Well, because it's what she said. See, it was okay if Marjorie Taylor Greene because, well, that's Marjorie Taylor Greene, but this is worse. So it's the type of speech. I say she should remain unimpeded. Keep talking. Please keep talking. What happens if instead of this, Rashida Talib gets up, or somebody says, I think Russia should be ground into the dust. Russia. There were people who wanted to assassinate Putin. Can you imagine if they were talking about doing that to Bibi? Oh my God. You would have never heard. And that's wrong too. But that was okay because that was Russia. And you can say anything you want about Russia. Anything. See what I'm saying? So it's the type of stuff, not whatever. It's the type of information. I don't know how to break it to you, but you can hate Israel if you want. You can despise Israel and despise Zionism. You can call them anything you want. It's not our country. And even if it was our country, so what? Big deal. So what? And if you think about it, if you think that our country, so what? Say it. Say what you want. Say what you want. Anybody got a problem with that? Any got a problem with that? Anybody? If you don't like Canada, Trudeau, Erdogan, Xi Jinping, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, Israel, Portugal, whatever you'd like, can you think of any reason why you can't say that? Can you think of anything? Can you? Not that you disagree with it. Good luck trying to explain to Americans how they don't know. But I guarantee you, when you go to any show, watch anything, and I love to. I was watching First Post, Palki Sharma, all of the ones who were standing by and writing in, all of these big mouths never did a damn thing. They just love to talk and love to flex their muscles, and they don't do a damn thing. They only exist there. Go to anything. Go to any live feed. Just read it. Not here. I happen to think this is some of the best commentary there is. I think some of the kindest and nicest people. That's just me. Go elsewhere. And you'll always see one person who tries to rise above to let everybody know, hey, I'm here. The big dog's here. And will throw out flames just to draw something. Hey, notice me. It was a weirdest thing. This one poor guy, there were no takers. Nobody. And you could see, it's like, does anybody see what he's doing? But I guess nobody cared. But yet, the loudmouths around the world, they don't vote. They don't do anything. They only exist there out of the freedom and the sanctity and the protection of anonymity. They're afraid, like the guys do with Fred's-full beers, covered in tats, doing steroids, who want to learn how to choke you out and shoot semi-automatic weapons. They love the trappings of it. I don't know how to explain this to anybody, but Rashida Talib. Now, Josh Hawley, waste of flesh, was yelling at Mayorkas. And Mayorkas was being asked, they had this Instagram Instagram or Twitter or something from somebody who worked with DHS who said these terrible things about Israel. Now, they asked him, did you fire this person? Why? Because of this subject matter. The subject matter. She said terrible things about Israel. I would agree they're terrible. Not pro-Palestinian, but I would respectfully submit it was pro-Hamas. That's really what it was. So anyway, so they did this thing. And they asked Mayorkas, did you fire this person? And he wouldn't answer the question, of course, because he never answers the question. But the question should be this. If you fired her, are you firing her because of the subject matter of what she said? Or because, like other rules, it is improper for somebody in the government to opine regarding, certain particular issues. Is that the issue? And it's very, very important to note. You know how there is the Hatch Act and others that say you cannot involve yourself when you are a federal employee in certain political activities. So if somebody had said, let's say from the Department of Homeland Security or wherever she was, or something to the effect that the world will not be safe until Vladimir Putin is removed, until Ukraine is free, until there's been a regime change in Russia, or would they be fired then? No. Why? Because they agree with that. Because everybody hates Russia and, that kind of thing. See what I'm saying? That's the issue. The issue is not whether people are talking. The issue is it the subject matter? Or is there a rule that says, I'm sorry, we're going to fire you? Why? Because you cannot go on social media while you work for us and make any comments regarding any particular thing, because you're obviously showing to the rest of the world that you lack the objectivity required to do your job. That's simple. Okay? See what I'm saying? That should be the angle. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about that. Freedom of speech is dead in this country. It is dead. It is dead. And they scared America specifically by virtue of after COVID. And remember, most people don't care. Most people do not speak out about anything in any form, on any platform. It doesn't matter. They don't do it. Most Americans don't care about anything. I'm going to say this again to you. You have to understand how we feel. I can't talk about other countries, but I can tell you about this one. Americans don't care about this. Americans do not care. They don't care. They've never cared. Nothing. They don't march. They don't. Say what you want about Palestinians. Say what you want about Black Lives Matter. Say what you want about George Floyd. Say what you want about, dare I say, remember Pussy Hats years ago? Pardon my French. Remember that? They marched. Do Americans march? No. These big mouths, they've marched? No. What about the Fred Ziffels? Nope. What about the women with it? Nope. What about the big Trump supporters? I'm for Jesus and I'm for God and God and country and flag and guns and Donald Trump. I love him. Are these people marked? No. They wait for CPAC. They will go to a Trump rally because that's kind of fun. So they go that, but March? No. Pick up the fun bit? No. We got some who do it. Now, right now, there is a very interesting world going on. CNN Jeff Zucker is looking to purchase CNN. Why? It must be valuable real estate for some other reason, certainly not because of the content. Joe Rogan is looking to leave Spotify, maybe to go with X. Tucker Carlson, whom did he? Oh, he did that Shkreli, or the pharma guy, that Shkreli, or Tucker's lost his way. He's doing boutique news. Some people can do it. Some people can't. Lex Friedman can do it because he interviews people about, arcane stuff about, AI. But everybody loves to have this. I was at a voting the other day, and somebody had and one of the poll workers had in her bag Greg Gutfeld, a book by Greg Gutfeld. And I thought, well, God bless her. At least she's reading or writing about something. I don't know what it is. And I realized to myself, dear God, that might be the only thing she ever that may be as close to a form of intellectual succor, SUCCOR, that she gets. Now, this other story happened, and this I keep telling myself, I'm wasting my time, but I'm going to keep doing it. It's about AI and AGI, and I'm wasting my time, but I'm going to keep doing it. And I know this. I know I'm wasting my time because whatever that thing is, whatever that hard, like umami, like this, whatever this thing is, like the grok, whatever this understanding thing is, nobody gets it. Elon Musk, who is a genius, is working on his version of grok from the Heinlein phrase. You heard that, I hope, right? Grok. Everybody know what grok means? To grok, the notion of grok. Grok is simply to grok is a term popularized by Robert Heinlein in his science fiction novel Stranger in a Strange Land. It refers to understanding something intuitively or empathetically, to comprehend it completely and holistically. The term implies not just intellectual understanding, but also a deep and profound emotional connection with the subject or concept, often suggesting a merging of identities or a complete and profound assimilation of knowledge or experience. Elon Musk, the prominent entrepreneur and CEO of various technology companies, has utilized this term in his speeches and interviews, emphasizing the importance of deeply understanding complex concepts and technologies to make informed decisions and drive innovation. This is to grok. So I don't think people are going to understand what grok means, but I will do my best. Okay. And this is an important thing. So in Westfield, New Jersey, a bunch of teenagers, or one teenager, took pictures, apparently, of girls. Let me read you the exact story. The exact story. This is important. Westfield. They called it deep fake. Deep fakes. New Jersey teens make fake AI nudes. A high school in Westfield, New Jersey, launched an investigation after a student allegedly created AI-generated nudes of girls at the school. Sophomore boys who were sharing the images in group chats. But on October the 20th, one of them apparently tipped off his classmates, who escalated the incident to school administrators. Quote, my daughter texted me, Mom, naked pictures of me are being distributed. That's it. Heading to the principal's office, one mom said. She went on to say that her daughter, who was 14, started crying, and then she's walking down the hallways, and other girls are making fun of her. According to the Wall Street Journal, which spoke with a number of girls and parents, one student, or possibly more, took original photos of the girls and ran them through an artificial intelligence tool to make fake nudes, also known as deepfakes. The school's principal reportedly acknowledged in an email to parents that the school believes any created images have been deleted and are not being circulated. Well, that's just stupid. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Okay. And this is where I realize I'm wasting my time. Well, I'm going to keep doing it nonetheless. I'm wasting my time. But I'm going to try. What would you do to address this? Let's say you're a legislator You're the chief of police. What would you do? Is it wrong? I think it's wrong. I think it's terrible to do that to young women, to embarrass, to humiliate. 14 years old. Is it illegal? What do you think? This is where folks have no idea. They just look at you like, I don't know what you're talking about. Is it illegal? I don't know. How would you approach this? Well, what are the questions you would ask? Well, what kind of legal reasoning or critical thinking would you use? What would you, how would you look at this? What is this? What would be some of the issues? Now, someone says very, very correctly, needs a psychiatrist or a psychologist appointment. Yes, I think that's important. Very, very important. Okay. Meanwhile, as we speak, as we're talking, I love to stop every now and then and look. I'm thinking there's some poor soul who's talking about Holocene maxima CO2 levels, and you're wondering, where are these? Do they have any friends? Who are they? Who are they talking to? Anyway, it's a free country. Do whatever you want. All right. Number one, this is what I suggest. Is it child sexual abuse material? She's under the age of 14. I would suggest no. You have to have a picture of a child. The entire picture of a child, not a child's arm, not a child's head, not a child. It's got to be a child sexual abuse material. We're not even going to get into the notion of whether nudes are a problem or not. That's a different story. Because when it comes like, well, what is a nude child? Is a nude? Is that sexual? Well, just for purposes of this. But I would say no, it's not child sexual abuse because you have a girl's head, her picture of her head, superimposed or somehow blended into something else. So this is not a depiction, because the reason why CSAM is against the law is because it is a chronicling of is basically the memorialization of a crime. You understand what's going on? Yes, of course. You understand that? Yes. So what do we do? I submit that we need to look at something which is almost like libel. What is libel? Oh, look. Oh, super chats do work. Oh, that's good. Sparky says, what if he hired a portrait painter to render their nude likeness? Sparky? Absolutely. What if he did it himself? What if he took a picture of a nude and took her head or picture and just superimposed it, kind of pasted it, and had this terrible Photoshop version of it? Would that be? I don't know. That's a good question. The question is, I think, because at the time this was written, nobody ever thought of this coming along. But CSAM envisaged the idea that you were memorializing an event that took place at that time with these people and this child and this girl, then doing this now. Do you understand that? Do you understand why that is? Yes. Do you understand? Yes. So this picture is not real. It didn't happen. What if, for example, Sparky, I were to draw it myself? Or what if I don't know. What if I were just to describe it? What level of depiction? I don't know. But we need something. What is libel? Libel is a statement of fact which is false. I'm creating a misrepresentation of reality. I'm doing something which has, in essence, I'm creating the illusion. I'm almost spreading a rumor that this is true. I'm spreading the false assertion that this is true, but it's not. It's almost like libel. Will that work? I don't know. I don't know. But we need to discuss this because we can't throw away this idea of freedom of speech, because if you look at the think it was 96, the Ashcroft case involving CGI then. This is the most important thing. Now, many of you write these wonderful ideas. No, it's wrong. And I appreciate that. Please define for me what's wrong and how we're going to address somebody who did something wrong. Your crime is that you did something wrong. Tell me how we address that. How do we do this? What do you want? I don't know where this thing comes from all of a sudden, these little thumbs up, and that's fine. What do you do? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. We cannot allow this. The number one threat, existential threat that faces our world is that of artificial intelligence. It is beyond gone. Beyond. You understand what I'm saying? It's gone. And it's something that is so dangerous. Let me see if I can explain this to you. Let's assume right now, as we speak, there is an artificial general intelligence unit. We don't even know what it is. Well, where does it exist? And it has figured out how to hack into Hamas military or rockets. It knows where it is. It does it on its own. It's just on its own. Remember, it's a 300-pound gorilla, or an 800-pound gorilla, with a 300 IQ. And it can do whatever it wants. And it can do 4 things: recursive self-improvement, knows all the facts, psychology, and writes its own API. Okay, so basically it writes its own code. And it figures out a way to go in, and it hacks into Hamas's rockets. And it turns them on. And it shells Sderot, Ashkelon, Tel Aviv, whatever. And Hamas said, wait a minute. We didn't do that. Who did that? Israel said, that's it. That does it. And Hamas says, whoa, wait. That's not what we're doing. Now, how do you find out who did it? You can't. How do you stop this? We don't. Can this happen? You betcha. How do you prevent against it? You can't. Why? Because at the time this came up, you never cared about this. You weren't, not you, you, the immediate audience, but you collectively, humans. You never cared about this. You never cared about this. Do you hear this? You never cared about this. This meant nothing to you. It just seemed like, well, whatever. And it just kind of maybe, I don't know. It just seems like kind of a waste of time, sort of. So, and that's the way it is. It poses a threat that is so frightening because there is no, and we don't know what it is. We have created this mayhem. Imagine I create a bullet, a round of ammunition that can create itself, that can, how do I say this? That can multiply itself and can spread itself unlimitedly and can start shooting anytime it wants. There is no way to think about this. So let me stop for a second. Let me ask you, you tell me you have subscribed to the channel, right? We talk about free speech. I think I mentioned this before. Bed Bath & Beyond, they're trying their best to figure out, like, what do we do? And do we hire somebody back? And we don't know. Well, what about the CEO? We don't know. What about, we don't know. And they're trying to say, I wonder what happened. Well, one of the things that Bed Bath & Beyond did was they decided to get too political. And they decided to show this fellow named Mike Lindell the door. He had it still has one of the most popular and most beloved companies, My Pillow. And he's still around, but they're collapsing. And it's funny that you mentioned mypillow.com because I've got something to say about that. Let me tell you about my great friends at mypillow.com. Mypillow.com. And by the way, use promo code Lionel. Use promo code Lionel and receive a free gift. No purchase necessary. And yes, I realize that gifts are free. It's a tautology. Get over it. Sue me. So what are we talking about? How about Giza Dream bed sheets, My Pillow 2.0, sheets, slippers, percales, towels, quilts, bedspreads, mattresses, mattress covers, mattress toppers, linens, kitchen towels, bathrobes, name it. Items to luxuriate and relax. And don't forget, Christmas is just around the corner. And yes, it makes a great stocking stuffer, and it's fine for dad or grad. Made by the greatest company from the greatest people in the greatest country. Or call 800-645-4965 if you're OG, and see how quickly Mike Lindell answers the phone. 800-645-4965. But don't forget, only use promo code Lionel. That's mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel. I love people who speak up. I love people. Look what they're doing to President Trump. Look what they're doing to him. It is beyond the realm of horror what they are doing. It is beyond the realm. So I just want you to grasp something, and I want you to understand. It is incumbent upon you to ask yourself one of two things. Are you going to be on the sidelines, or are you going to be in the fight? And you have, by virtue of, because you have this equipment right now, you have the ability to use your brilliance. And many of you who are so loquacious, masters and mistresses of loquacity and verbosity, and who have a penchant for explication and limiting them, sometimes the most arcane and recondite of concepts, you can do this, and you can show the world what you actually believe and what you think. But you've got to get off your duff, whatever a duff is, and you've got to utilize the various platforms that are available to make your ideas known. That's all. That's all I want to tell you. Do you understand this? This is the most important. You don't have to explain necessarily or to quip. You don't have to always be there to provide the bon mot, the riposte. I get it. I want you to do me a favor. Get on X, get on Twitter. Elon's, it's terrific, and they're gonna it's gonna be paid. It's gonna be a firewall or a paywall. Everything is absolutely everything. Everything's a paywall, and I want you to do your best to actually get off of your duff and do something. I want you to tell yourself today. I want you to make sure. Seriously, I want you to make sure that you do something now, and you say, "I'm going to do something." Stop being on the sidelines. Stop being on the side. Stop just sitting back and saying, okay, I'm afraid. No. Make sure you stop. Seriously. I want you to do this. You are being given the gift of a lifetime to speak. And that doesn't mean to put pictures of yourself. That's all. Or look at me with my kid. Why people put pictures of their daughters? I have no idea. I've got a friend of mine who is he's in the kind of in the business, so to speak. And he I know where he lives. I know his daughter's name. And he doesn't know. I know where she goes to school. I know what she looks like. I know everything about her various life, her various additions to her life, and things that I can use perhaps one day to maybe lure her by making her think that somehow I'm a friend of the family, because I know this. Hey, I understand you got your new dog. Oh, I'm sorry about you. Oh, your goldfish died. Oh, you lost a tooth. How's your brother Todd? Your father, Brad, and your mom Maxine. And all of a sudden, oh, obviously this person knows me. No, I'm a predator. And I've been reading about you online by virtue of your parents who've been putting you up because they treat you like chattel, like you're some possession that they own. That's what people use social media for. And I find it despicable. You got it? I find it Despicable. When you go on vacation, do yourself a favor. Don't post. Don't talk about, hey, I'm gone. That's enough. Okay? Now, again, I thank you, especially to some of you who I read and I'm thinking, my God, you have so much energy. Use it for something. In addition to this, by the way, entertaining me, which I appreciate, and us, but go out and spread the good word. All right? That's all. Thank you so much. And to to Sparky tonight, our lone contributor, thank you, Sparky. Your largesse, your beneficence is so appreciated. I can't say this enough. Seriously, you made my night. You made me feel so important, and so thank you for this. I thank you for that. In any event, we'll be back tomorrow, same bad time, same path. I understand there's some form of a debate or something tonight. I don't particularly care. It doesn't matter. They're a waste of time. In any event, see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel at 8 a.m. Until then, my friends, remember the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dad.